Welcome to my top 10 and noteworthy comics for December 20th, 2023. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. Hopefully this list does help you make decisions on what comic books to buy, because you know what? It's never too early to start that list for next week. All right, guys, so before we get started, I have to give a quick shout out to Whatnot. In my description box below, there is a link to Whatnot. When you use that link, you can complete your profile and you make your first purchase, you're going to get a $15 credit. So, guys, it's perfect for this time of the year if you're looking to get a gift. And not only is it on comic books, because you can use it on action figures, Hot Wheel cars, any other collectibles. It's absolutely awesome, guys. Again, use that link below. It does support the channel, and it's much appreciated. All right, so here we go. Let's start off with the book that's on the hot seat, and this is a Tom King book, and this one is Animal Pound issue 1. It's released from Boom. And this is a story about animals that are in a pound. They're either caged or killed or sold off. And it's one of those books, right? Like animal cruelty books. And I am a huge dog and cat animal lover just in general. And I just hate when books are so violent. I understand there's probably a cause or whatever there is. But I could have just a very squeezy stomach when it comes to this stuff. Like I could cry, I don't know, but when it comes to animals, I have such a soft heart for them. And if this one just maybe pushes the envelope or whatever it is, I might not read it going forward. I don't know, we'll see. I just don't know what to expect when it comes to this book. So we'll see what it has to offer. This is a $4.99 comic book. The book that's on the rise is Batman Santa Claus Silent Night issue 3. So we're already on issue 3 of this? I haven't even read issue 2. In fact, I think this week I read issue 1. So is it coming out every week in December? Anyway, the first issue when it came to Batman Santa Claus Silent Night was absolutely awesome. We get to see Santa being this Viking god, and he's just this complete badass, and he's trained with Batman, and they're fighting Grimpus, and dude, it is so awesome, dude. I totally love that book. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Definitely rised up on my radar, especially for a book that was on my hot seat 2 weeks ago. So yes, definitely looking forward to this one. Officially kicking off this countdown with number 10 now, we have Uncanny Spider-Man issue 5. We most recently had that retcon of what happened with Mystique and Destiny and the whole pregnancy and how Nightcrawler was born. So that was a crazy retcon, but I was okay with it. So I want to see now how Uncanny Spider-Man continues and how Nightcrawler continues to team up with his mom, and they do battle against the Vulture in this one. So overall, this book has been really good. I'm looking forward to it, and this one is 28 pages, and this one is $4. Moving on to number 9, you're going to notice a lot of Spider books in this countdown, is Spider-Boy issue 2. So we have Spider-Boy versus Taskmaster. Is that what's going to go on in this book? Because that's what the cover shows, right? And Captain America is going to be in here, and it looks like Spider-Man's going to get a lesson on dealing with sidekicks, because obviously he had Bucky. And I think this could be a lot of fun, and I think Santa might make his appearance in this comic also, too. So yeah, I thought that the first issue was a lot of fun. I think Dan Slott had a lot of fun writing it and introducing a few other characters in there as well that were kind of comical, and I feel like this book is great for a younger audience as well. So this one is 28 pages, and this one is $5. Number 8, like I said, Spider books. We have Superior Spider-Man issue 2. So we're going to see what happens here with the second issue, because it looks like that Doc Ock has regained his memories of him being Superior Spider-Man once again. So is he going to go through all costs at becoming that character? And what's his point in all this, right? And he kind of got off on seeing the villain that he wound up creating and things like that. So I guess we're just gonna see how he progresses to become Superior again and what his motive is in becoming Superior Spider-Man. This one is 28 pages, and this is a $5 comic book. Coming in at number 7, we have World's Finest. This is issue 22. Guys, I know this has fallen down a little bit on my list, but it's been 22 issues on the top 10 most anticipated list. I can honestly say that I don't know if there's a comic book that's been on the most anticipated longer than this comic besides an Amazing Spider-Man comic book. This book is really well done. Our characters here are trapped in the world of Kingdom Come. And they can't get out. They're fighting against Boy Thunder, or his name is Man Thunder, or Thunder Man, or whatever it is. And he wants to hold revenge against Superman and Batman for leaving him in the dust. There's obviously something that he's hiding, like I don't know if he serves like Mangog or whatever it is. And you got the Justice League of that world basically going after Superman and Batman. It's going to be very interesting. Looks like it's going to be a big brawl. This one is 32 pages, and this one is $4. Coming in at number 6, we have Superman issue 9. So the whole story with Superman fighting against the chain that was created by Lex Luthor is over with, but now it leaves Superman like wounded, and he has to wear this armor. So I don't know what's going to go on, because I guess maybe Superman is dealing with like kryptonite poisoning, or he looks like he's dying, and maybe this armor is supposed to get his health back up. Not 100% sure. This book has been very enjoyable read. I like the action. I like the artwork. We're going to see how this book continues to progress going in 2024. This is legacy numbering 852. This is a 32-page comic for $5. Top 5, another Spider book. We have the Amazing Spider-Man issue. I don't have the issue number. I don't know what issue we're on. I do know we're on legacy numbering 934 though. So we got the gang war continues. So we saw First Strike, which is it was written very well. We found out that the woman behind everything is Madame Mask. She's looking to take over, all of the gang's turfs, right? And then you got Tombstone in the most recent issue of Amazing Spider-Man, who comes back, right? He recovers from his injuries, and it looks like he wants to take over once again in his seat, and Janice is like, no. I'm it now. I'm taking your spot. You kept this for me all this time, and now it seems like she's set in that way, and she kind of likes the power that she has, and it looks like she's turning like to the true dark side. And now it looks like Tombstone is going to team up with Spider-Man, maybe to stop his own daughter. And what is going to be the whole thing with Madame Mask? Because we didn't see too much of her in the last issue, except pull Hammerhead down a flight of stairs and he was all bloodied. That was pretty funny. So I don't think it was as strong as the First Strike issue, but I did enjoy it, and we're at this little bit of a limbo stage of like where it could go at right now. So that's why I put it in the middle. So again, guys, 28 pages, and this one is $5. Coming on in the other side here, moving on to number 1, we have number 4, and we have Batman Offworld issue 2. This is pretty cool, man. Jason Aaron did a nice job with this Batman who is early on in his career, who goes to space, and there's a reason why he went to space, to tackle this alien race, and they wind up capturing him, and they think that he was some species with wings and all this other stuff, and he comes across this Starfire wannabe chick, and and he's training on this ship, and what's his motive here, we don't quite know yet, but I really liked it, and I like the artwork in it as well. I'm curious to see in the direction of this book, and this is kind of cool from Jason Aaron. So this one is 32 pages, and this one is $4. Top 3, we have The Incredible Hulk issue 7. So when it comes to The Incredible Hulk, I just love the goriness, the intensity of it. I love the fighting. I love the transformations. I think it's really awesome. I love his little sidekick, Charlie, who's teaming up with him as well. And in the last issue, we dealt with this zombified Ghost Rider character. So I am really digging this book. And obviously, Charlie's going to be a bigger player in this comic book, because now she's being blamed for the death of her father, which she she didn't do. So yeah, great stuff, man. One of the best books that Marvel's got going for it right now. This is legacy numbering 788, 28 pages, $4. Moving on to number 2. We have G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. This is issue 302, Funeral for a Joe. So if you guys read issue 301, someone did die. This is someone a little bit deeper into the lore of G.I. Joe, so you would have to probably do some research to figure out who this character was. And I feel like issue 301 wasn't the best book for a jumping on point, but it did have a lot of action, and I am definitely looking to see now the progression of this story now that it is an Image, and it looks like Cobra Commander returns back to, he escaped from this island and he returns back to where he came from, and then it looks like Supenter has become like some kind of weird mutant based on the last issue. So it's crazy, man. There's a lot of shit going on in this book already. 32 pages, $4. All right, guys, so before we hit number 1, don't forget, we're going to be talking about the noteworthy comics, because there's 10 books that I'm discussing right now that might not be on your radar, but there are the noteworthy comics that might trigger that memory and go, oh, that book is coming out, so why don't I check it out? All right, so my number 1 most anticipated comic is the Deviant issue 2. So we have the original Deviant killer that was apprehended over half a century ago, and we found out the story of this guy and his story behind, did he commit these murders or not? And the main reporter, we found out, has very much in common with the supposed killer, right? Well, there's someone now that is imitating these murders. We don't know who that is, and I'm very curious to see who it is. So this book was very interesting. I'm very curious to hear what you guys thought of the Deviant issue 1. This book is 32 pages, and this one is $4. A very scary tale for this time of year. Noteworthy comics. Here we go. Kicking it off with Marvel Comics, we have Wolverine issue 40. Looks like Wolvie's going to be teaming up with old Spider-Man here. And then if you're a Darth Vader fan, we have Darth Vader issue 41. I've fallen off of this book, guys. I want to know if you guys fallen off or if anybody is reading it. This is Gods. This is issue 3. Then we have Doctor Strange issue 10. The cover here is absolutely sick. I love it. Then we have Uncanny Avengers issue 5. It looks like we're going to get the reveal of Captain Krakoa. I'm not sure who it is, but it is some blonde-haired guy. If you guys don't mind putting it in the comments below, I'll find out that way, because I'm not reading this book. And then we have the continuation of spine-tingling Spider-Man. This is issue 3. I actually like issue 1 and 2 better. I'll be picking this one up for sure. There's a lot of good comics coming out this week, so it was hard to come up with a top 10. Then we have the original X-Men. This is issue 1. So if you want tales of a simpler time when it comes to the X-Men and not deal with the Krakoa crap, then you have this one. So it's going to be tales like in between all the other issues that you read, right? And the artwork is done by Greg Land on there. All right, and then we have the continuation of Catwolf and the Howling Commandos. This is issue 3. Really great comic book as well. Then we move on to DC Comics, where we're reading Nightwing, who's a pirate right now. This is issue 109. Looks like his little girlfriend got stabbed in the last issue, and now he's got to, maybe save her or whatever it is. Where the hell are we going with this? And why does it not tie in with Beast World, right? It does not make any sense to me. He's the leader of the Titans, and he's not tying in. It's just weird. And then you got all these other tie-ins. Anyway, we move on to Wonder Woman. This is issue 4. It's a book that I enjoy, but it's not like in my top 10 most anticipated. I'm like, there's certain issues that I do have with it, but I love Wonder Woman. I'm like, her confidence. I love the artwork in this, and I want to see how the Amazonians get out of this situation that they're currently in right now. Then we have Catwoman. This is issue 60. Don't read this book. It's got pretty cover art by David Nakayama, but that's it for me. Then we have the continuation of Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong. This is issue 3. Really great series. It's just a fun comic book where you pick it up. You don't have to worry about continuity issues. You don't have to worry about character problems. You just read it. They're doing battle against Godzilla and all these other freaking creatures, and that's all it is, right? All right, and then you have Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Redder. So if you love a Jenny Frison cover here, or if you love Harley and you like these little anthology stories, this might be something for you. Then we do have a Beast World tie-in. This is Titans Beast World Tour, Central City, issue 1. No more tie-ins for me. I tried one, and it was garbage for me, so I'm not continuing it. Then we move on to the indie comics. We have Spawn, issue 348. Next, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is issue 146. It's the road to 150, guys. So 150 issues of TMNT. For the Conan fans, we have Conan the Barbarian. This is issue 6. Then we have Geiger Ground Zero, issue 2. Really good series as well. And another really good series in here that I couldn't put in my top 10. There's just so many good books. Is Kill Your Darlings, issue 4, a solid read. Issue 3 was the weakest of them that I've read so far, but man, number 4, I'm still looking forward to. Then we have Red Light. This is issue 2. Very interesting first issue when it came to this robot who is part of this business, right, that pleasures people. Thank you. Thank you very much for making noise. That pleasures people and has this empathy trait, right? That's how she was created. And now she wants to escape in the outside world because she's never been in the outside world. Like, that's how realistic she is. Really great series from AWA Upshot. And then we have a new number 1. This is Shift issue 1. So there you guys have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comics and noteworthy comics for December 20th, 2023. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the list. I'm so curious to hear what your favorite comic books that are coming out are. And of course, guys, if you love the content, more content right here. In fact, this is my top 10 comic book cover contest where we are voting for 9 best covers so far of a particular group. Vote for your favorite one, and the winner gets nominated for comic book cover of the year. So go ahead and check that one out, guys. And of course, as always, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, and always remember to read the comics. Guys, thank you so much for continuing watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.